Hi, it's me, your friendly neighborhood petahead. Today I'm going to do a styling products overview. First thing I want to say is that there's no like regulations that say something has to be this and this and this to be called this, so like it doesn't have to meet certain criteria to be called a gel or a leave-in conditioner or anything like that. Leave-in conditioners, we'll talk about those first. Those, if they're labeled leave-ins, they're usually a thinner conditioner. Often they have protein. Some people would call them watered down conditioner, but if you need something that's not as strong as your regular conditioner, then you might like that. I just use a little bit of my regular conditioner as a leave-in. The next thing I'm going to talk about is curl creams and curl enhancers. Curl cream, this is a curl cream. They are creamy, there's creamy texture, it's like a conditioner. And curl enhancers are like, this is flaxseed gel. It's like a, let's get some going here. It's like a jelly texture. Mine is extra thick because I had a little bit of every thickener known to man. Let's throw this in my hair. So anyway, alright, so curl creams. Curl creams are, sometimes they're just a thick conditioner, sometimes they're a thick conditioner plus an ingredient for hold like PVA, copolymer, PVP, something like that. For curl creams, they usually have like thicker, more moisturizing. Some people use them in place of their leave-in conditioner, some people use them and their leave-in conditioners. Some people will use a curl enhancer after it. Some people will leave out the curl enhancers. They're good if you want more moisture. The next thing I'm going to talk about is curl enhancers. Curl enhancers usually have some kind of a demulcent. A demulcent is like, it's a slimy texture. They coat the hair. They coat the hair shafts to kind of make it lie smoother. Most of them add a little bit of moisture. Aloe is one, flax seeds are one, marshmallow root is another one. Most curl enhancers are either aloe based, or then there's a few that are flax based. Curl enhancers, they do enhance the curl, but they also add shine is another thing demulcents do. What they really do for me is they're more of a wave organization enhancer. They coat all the strands of hair and they just let everybody know that we've got a job today. Everybody go find your friends, you find people you're going to wave with, and let's get going, let's snap to it, because my hair needs that or else it has no idea that it's supposed to do that. So anyway, next up are gels. I don't have a gel. Here's a gel sitting here. You know what gels are. Gels, wavies as their general rule, tend to do leave-in curl enhancer gel, but and a hard hold gel. But that's depends. There's plenty of wavies who don't do that. But like the most common is, but there's like that's not even probably the most common, but it's maybe like a third of the wavies will do that. But gel has hold in there, like PVP, PVA, copolymer, something like that. Sometimes they're more like xanthan gum or something that's a more natural hold. But with the hold, if you diffuse your hair when it's wet, it'll set the wave. It'll form a gel cast, and it'll set the wave so it kind of holds it in that shape as it dries. So it's sort of like if you put curlers in your hair and you hold, and your hair stays in the curlers as it dries, it forms the curls. Well, if it stays in the wave shape as it dries, then it forms a better wave. And it also will keep your hair from just puffing up too much. It can help with frizz. It can help with just lots of things. Some people find gels are too heavy. Most of those people will use mousse. Mousse has, the propellants in mousse can be drying, so that is not good if you have dry hair like me. Some people put gel over mousse. Some people just use mousse as the top thing. Some people put curl enhancers under the mousse, some don't. Just depends. Let's see, what else do I have here? Hairspray. Now this is just for me to remember to talk about hairspray. It's like what's left from my bottle I bought 3 years ago. Hairspray, you've got, like some hairspray has cones, of course, but then the other things that most people want is they either want a hairspray without alcohol or a hairspray without water. Then I think there's some that have both alcohol and water, but the water in hairspray makes it dry more slowly. Like an example of this is the Ion, oh I can't remember, but the Ion brand at Sally's has a alcohol-free hairspray that has water in it. And that is good if you want more playtime as your hair dries. You spray it on there, it's going to stay wet for a while. So like if you took a section of hair at the crown, you sprayed it, you can't just hold it there for like, 30 seconds and let it go and it'll be dry. It's going to take minutes to dry. So the other thing is that it's sort of like if you've got your hair straight and you spray it with water containing hairspray, the wave pattern will kind of come back. The reason people want to avoid alcohol in hairsprays is some people believe alcohol is pretty drying to the hair. Now, I think that if you use it every day, that it probably is. I don't think I would use alcohol containing hairspray on my hair every day. However, some of the new thinking is that the alcohol evaporates quickly, and because it evaporates quickly, it doesn't have time to dry your hair out in a way that your hair would dry out if you were using, if it was in like a gel or something that stayed moist longer and took longer to dry, that it'd have time to pull more of the moisture out of your hair as it dries, where in hairspray it just doesn't work that way. So that's the pros for the water-based, pros and cons for the water-based one. Now for alcohol-containing hairsprays, the pros is you spray it, it'll just dry instantly, not instantly, but it'll dry very quickly, and it'll just stay in whatever position you put it in. So if that's what you want your hairspray to do, the water-free ones would be better for that. Tresemme Tray 2 Fine Mist, Fine something, that one is one that does not contain water. Yeah, the cons would be some people think that it's drying, but the pros is that it works, it does the thing that most people who use hairspray want it to do. So, hairspray, let's see. I've got just like waxes and putties. This is a really old one, but just like how usually come in containers about that shape. Putties, often they're like a really thick gel. They often have a lot of oil in there. Some hair can't take putting a lot of oil on it. It just makes it oily. Like an example of that would be L'Oreal's Out of Bed. And then waxes, the cons for waxes would be sometimes waxes can be very hard to remove. Like, as in, like, sulfates can't remove them, you may need dish soap to remove them. Now, that's not true for everybody's hair, but I would just make sure you know how a product works with your hair before you put it all over your hair. And then last thing, I happen to have this around my house, and this is a kind of a new thing, is this has Got To Be Powderful. It's the new volumizing powders. Not Your Mother's makes one too. It's not a dry shampoo powder, it's a volumizing powder. I think it's got, let me see, silica? Where are the ingredients? Huh. Yeah, silica is the first ingredient, so anyway, but you take, and I think they say you're supposed to, like, it's got a sifter at the top. I think you're supposed to like go like that and put it in there. I usually sprinkle some onto my hands and take it, I'll put it into my roots, and it really does create volume, but it's very sticky. It's like, I don't have problems in general with how my hair feels, but this one, I don't like that at all. I would do it like for a special event if I really wanted big hair, but I would never do it on a regular basis for me because it drives me nuts. However, I do also like it for if I've got stringy ends at the bottom on second day hair. Sometimes it helps some to like put some in my hands and like put it in the ends, and it adds some tooth to it, so like the ends are better able to grab onto each other and reform into like bigger clumps at the ends. So that works. Anyway, don't know. I don't know if you heard that. I don't know what that is, but anyway, that's all I have on styling products. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for watching. Waves of the Wavies.